Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is just going to be a what's in the box for the 1/72 scale Messerschmitt Bf109E starter set from Airfix. So if we get straight into it, the front of the box, as you can see, we have this great artwork from Airfix, who are renowned for this. And it just basically gives you the colour scheme in the box, which is just one colour scheme. It also just details what's in the box, 4 acrylic paints, which are 31, 33, 65 and 117, a brush and some poly cement. So if we look at the rest of the box, we've got the warnings on one side. On the other side we've got some info on the plane itself and then what it is. It gives you a call out on the skill level and an Airfix flying hour, and then the other side of the box, or the ends, are just the same with the kit number and what it is. So on the back you then get the colour chart showing you the placement of the various colours for this particular kit, which is an aircraft flown by Werner Picon-Calou von Holf in France 1940. So this is very specific to one person by the look of it, by the looks of it. So let's open her up. And first thing we get out are the paints and the poly cement. We then have the kits. We've got the destruction manual, the decals, and the paintbrush. So let's just move all this to one side. So, destruction sheet. Okay, let's have a look. Basically we have information about the plane called out in various languages at the top here, warnings in multi languages, information about the plane carries on, some call outs for assembly instruction icons, and some info on studying the exploded drawings, etc. So the instruction sheet is fairly straightforward. We start, as we tend to with most model kits, aircraft model kits these days, with the cockpit and the front spinner for the propeller. We then go into the joining of the fuselage halves. Now, something of interest to note with this is that there's a preformed engine on this particular model, which means that you could possibly mould it with the cowling off, the top cowling off. We then go into the tail and then the wings themselves. Underneath we then have the air intakes, airspeed tube indicators and flaps. I'm just trying to see if these look like they may be able to be placed in different positions. If you do, you will need to just alter the flap slightly by trimming something. We've then got the undercarriage installment, and we have the correct alignment for the undercarriage noted here, and then obviously the cockpit canopy, which in this respect can be moulded open or closed. If you have it closed, then again you need to trim a couple of bits off of the canopy surround. But that's basically the instructions. The Decal Sheet, again, nicely done. Same with the old Airfix Spitfire kit that I reviewed previously. These have been done, and there's very little decal lining around the outside of each of these, which is great. The quality has come on so much more since certainly when I was a kid. It looks like we have a couple of decals for the instrument panels as well. So, opening up bag number 1 is literally just the paints, the black, green, a blue grey, and it looks like it might be two-tone green, and the poly cement. The brush itself, again, having looked at the brush in the last video, this one doesn't appear to be too bad. For a medium-sized brush, I'm sure it will be absolutely fine. So let's have a look at the kit itself. So we get 3 sprues, 2 in a blue-grey and 1 clear. Let's have a quick look at the clear. So it's a 3-part canopy. So we've got the front windshield here by the look of it, followed by the centre of the cockpit canopy, which has 2 lugs. I don't know if you'll be able to see them on camera, but there's 2 little lugs there, which if you have the canopy closed you need to just trim off, and then that appears to be the rear. There also appears to be another clear part, possibly for the landing light. So, having a look at the sprues themselves, great recessed panel lines. Some people might say that they're a little bit too deep, but for a starter set where most people are going to be, certainly kids are probably going to be brushing their paint scheme onto it, I think that, you know, the deeper recessed panel lines are great. This is the engine which is built in to the model kit. We've then got the cowl that goes over the top of the engine showing the armament protruding, and then the bottom of the engine bay. The cockpit tub, which is just here. We have the cockpit seat, and then again, which I think is great, we also have these tyres for the landing gear, which are weighted. So the bottom of it here is smoothed off. Obviously you need to make sure that they go in or go on the right way if you're going to have the cockpit, if you're going to have the landing gear down. Interior detail for the cockpit is sparse, but you know, it is only a starter kit. So that's the first sprue, and then on the second sprue we've got obviously the very box-like wing structure that was synonymous with the Bf109, and we get 2 choices of landing gear. So you can have it where the landing gear is down, or if you have it up, then the wheels are pre-molded into it. Makes it a lot easier actually for a lot of people. landing gear struts, and then these are the air intakes underneath the wings. So it's a fairly basic kit because it is a starter set, but it's not lacking in its detail. Again, the recessed panel lines on this are quite nice. They're crisp, they're sharp, and again, you know, for kids that are possibly going to do this as maybe, you know, one of the first few models that they make, where they're going to be mostly brushing their paint scheme onto it, I think the deeper recessed panels are ideal for that sort of thing. So that's the kit in its entirety. So you get 3 sprues, as I say, 2 of this blue grey and 1 clear. You get 4 paints. You get a tube of poly cement, which I don't necessarily recommend. It is what it is. I can remember as a kid trying to use this sort of stuff, and whenever you went to glue your landing gear together and then put the plane down, it would always sag until it's set. It was a bit of a nightmare. The decal sheet is quite nice on this particular kit, as a lot of the decals nowadays are, and obviously good, clear, concise instructions. So if you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and please share with your friends if they're into modelling, either scale models, kits, or wargaming, because I do both. And hopefully I will speak to you soon. All right, take care. Bye.